Have you ever had a dream so big, so audacious, that people told you it was impossible? Well, today we're diving into a story that proves the impossible is just a starting point. This is the incredible journey of Momodu Dayo Samba, a man who is single-handedly revolutionizing transportation in Sierra Leone, West Africa. Imagine the bustling streets of Freetown. The air is thick with the sounds of life, the smell of street food, and unfortunately, the fumes from countless old struggling vehicles. This is the daily reality for millions. Public transport, mainly rundown minibuses called podopodas, is often unreliable and a major source of pollution. Fuel costs are crippling, and breakdowns are just a part of the daily commute. It's a problem that seems too big to solve. But for one man, it was a challenge he was born to accept. Momodu Dayo Samba is not your typical engineer from a fancy university. He's a self-taught genius, a grassroots innovator whose workshop is his canvas and scrap metal is his paint. Growing up, he was always fascinated by how things worked. While other kids played with toys, Momodu was taking them apart, figuring out the mechanics, and putting them back together, often with improvements. His passion wasn't just a hobby, it was a calling. He saw the struggles of his community, the daily grind of just trying to get from one place to another, and he knew he had to do something. His dream, to build a vehicle that could solve Sierra Leone's transport woes. Something affordable, reliable, and most importantly, clean. He envisioned an electric vehicle, a concept that sounds futuristic even in developed countries, let alone in a place with an inconsistent power grid. People laughed. They called him a dreamer, crazy even. An electric bus in Sierra Leone? You must be joking. But Momodu didn't listen to the doubters. He had a vision, and he held on to it with unwavering determination. He started in his humble workshop, a place that looks more like a scrapyard to the untrained eye, but to Momodu, it was a treasure trove. Discarded car parts, old engines, forgotten electronics, these were the building blocks of his revolution. With no formal training in electrical engineering, he taught himself everything. He spent countless nights poring over diagrams he found online, experimenting with circuits, and learning through trial and error. And let me tell you, there were a lot of errors. Sparks flew, circuits fried, and moments of despair were frequent. More than once, he was on the verge of giving up, but then he'd look out at the streets, see the black smoke billowing from a podopoda, and his resolve would harden. His first breakthrough was realizing that a fully electric vehicle might be impractical given the power challenges. So, he pivoted. The solution wasn't electric, but a hybrid. An electric hybrid minibus. It was a stroke of genius. The vehicle would run primarily on a powerful, rechargeable battery system, but it would also have a small, efficient petrol generator as a backup. This meant it could navigate the city silently and cleanly on electric power. But if the battery ran low or a longer trip was needed, the generator could kick in to recharge it on the go. It was the perfect blend of futuristic vision and practical reality. Slowly, painstakingly, his creation started to take shape. He welded the frame from scrap steel. He sourced lithium-ion batteries and ingeniously wired them together. He adapted an electric motor and integrated it with a traditional transmission. Every single component was a puzzle he had to solve. He wasn't just assembling a kit. He was inventing, adapting, and creating from the ground up. He became a master of resourcefulness, turning one man's trash into the treasure of a nation. And then, the day came. After years of relentless work, his masterpiece was ready. It didn't look like a sleek, factory-made vehicle. It was raw, rugged, and you could see the heart and soul poured into every weld. He called it the Samba. He turned the key, and instead of a roar, there was silence. The bus glided out of his workshop, a quiet phantom on the noisy streets of Freetown. People stopped and stared, first in disbelief, then in awe. The crazy dreamer had done it. The Samba electric hybrid minibus is more than just a vehicle. It's a symbol of hope. It's the first ever commercially viable electric hybrid minibus built in Sierra Leone. Let's break down why this is such a game changer. First, the running costs. It runs for a fraction of the cost of a traditional diesel podopoda. This means cheaper fares for passengers and better profits for drivers. It's a win-win that could lift people out of poverty. Second, the environmental impact. The Samba is whisper quiet and produces zero emissions when running on its batteries. Imagine a city where the air is cleaner, the streets are quieter. This isn't just about convenience. It's about public health. It's about creating a more livable environment for future generations. And third, and perhaps most importantly, is the inspiration. Momodu Dayo Samba has shown the youth of Sierra Leone, and indeed the world, that you don't need a fancy degree or a multi-million-dollar facility to change the world. All you need is a powerful idea, relentless passion, and the courage to keep going when everyone else tells you to stop. He proved that innovation can blossom anywhere, even in the most challenging of circumstances. His workshop has now become a beacon for aspiring engineers and dreamers. Young people flock to him, eager to learn. To be a part of this homegrown revolution, he's not just building buses, he's building a future. He's training the next generation of innovators, passing on his skills, and fostering a culture of problem-solving and self-reliance. Momodu's vision doesn't stop here. He's already planning a whole fleet of Sambas. He wants to set up small, local assembly plants, creating jobs and empowering communities across the country. He's looking into solar charging stations to make his vehicles even more sustainable. The man is unstoppable. This story is a powerful reminder that the world's next great innovations might not come from Silicon Valley or a high-tech lab in Tokyo. They might come from a dusty workshop in Freetown, from the hands of a self-taught visionary who saw a problem and decided to become the solution. Momodu Dayo Samba is a true African hero. He didn't just build a bus, he built a brighter future for his country. So next time you have a dream that seems out of reach, think of Momodu. Think of his workshop full of scrap parts and his unwavering belief. Your dream might just be the next thing that changes the world. Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more stories of incredible innovators, and share this video to spread the word about Momodu's amazing work. Let's get his story out there. See you in the next one.